Hey everyone, we are back again for the first time with Pancake Draws. I'm Paincaked, and today's video is some fan art of Attack on Titan. Here we have Eren Yeager's Titan form versus the Armored Titan. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. If you want to avoid any spoilers for the series, if you're not caught up like I am on the episodes or you haven't read the manga, I would highly suggest you probably want to mute this just to be on the safe side. I'm going to try my hardest not to spoil anything that hasn't already been shown in the anime, but I can't make any guarantees. I might have something slip out there. And with that out of the way, we're going to continue back into the actual drawing here. So you might have noticed that the title of the video is called Pancake Draws now instead of like a dramentary. That's because I'm trying to make this more like a series, and so if I have everything split up into like pancake or like the dramentary, speed sketch, tutorials, something or other, it's just splitting up my resources. So I figured I'm just gonna call it Pancake Draws. And from here on out, everything's going to be episode. This is episode 1 of the show. And from here on out, we're going to just keep going like that. So the next one that comes out will be episode 2. It might be commentated, it might not be commentated. One thing I do also want to apologize for is the lack of content on the channel recently. It's been over probably like a week and a bit since I last uploaded something, and it's been over 2 weeks since I commentated on anything. Reason for that was I was just finished up my last week of university there. I am now free for the summer, but now I'm on the hunt for summer jobs so I can get that money for tuition for next semester, as well as a trip to Quebec that I need to go on. But yeah, now that I'm finished school, I can finally start devoting more time to the channel. Hopefully I'll get some tutorials and stuff out for you guys as well. But the other reason I haven't done any audio commentaries recently is because I was sick for like 5 days, and I'm still a little bit congested, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, I just trying to do a commentary then would have been not good quality in my opinion, so I just decided to hold off for a bit before I actually start doing the commentary for this illustration here, because I recorded this I think a couple days ago. It was probably Wednesday or Thursday of the last week of April, and it is now May 1st, and I am just getting around to doing the commentary now. So with all that out of the way, we can now start talking a bit about the actual illustration here. You can see that I've already finished the sketch and gotten into the inking, because I take too long to get my big points out of the way, as always. But I did have a lot of fun with this illustration here, and I've been using different brushes than what I've normally been using. These are probably some of the favorite brushes I've ever used. They are, the one I'm using right now is called Brian's Favorite. It's from Brian Allen's brush packs from Flyland Designs. I will throw a link in the description where you can purchase them. I'd highly suggest supporting him and checking out his channel too. I'll link to his channel as well, because I'd say he's probably the most competent person I've seen who pretty much makes the most out of Clip Studio Paint. Like, he pushes what you can do in it with inking and coloring and just making beautiful work for clients. He just makes it so nice, and it's amazing to look at. And he's basically kind of like taking away the idea that like to do anything professional for clients you have to use Photoshop because it's an industry standard, which I've always hated the term industry standard for programs and stuff, because it's not really about what program you use, it's about how you use the programs you use and what work you can create with them. And for Brian Allen, he's shown that he can create quite amazing things with this program, which I've always found has had better inking than Photoshop. It's got better built-in features. It's got a lot of stuff. Lazy Nezumi, that plugin that lots of people who use Photoshop for digital art say they they love to use. It's got a lot of that stuff built in here. You have the figure rulers and like the curve tools, perspective ruler, just so many of these things that you would have to pay 35 bucks for an additional program, though I do suggest if you use Photoshop you should get Lazy Nezumi and support the guy who makes that. But like, it's weird that Photoshop hasn't like gotten that guy to already implement them into the program, and yet here we are with Clip Studio Paint, a smaller program, but they are adding lots of features that can really help with the basically with like your efficiency with the program, because with those tools some might be like, oh it's cheating or whatnot, but it's really not. All it's doing is just making you a more efficient worker, and anything that helps speed up the pace that you can work at is going to help you out in like for anything you're doing, really. If you're just doing it for doing the art for fun, or if you're doing it for a client, especially important for a client if you can get the work out, get professional work done that is also done in a timely manner. And that's why I like this program a lot, and that's also why Brian Allen swears by this program too. And it's just the features that you get with this program are great. I would not recommend it enough. Now that that's out of the way, we were almost finished inking the Armored Titan here, and this illustration actually, I feel, even though I don't draw guys too often as you've seen in the channel, but I also have always struggled with like more muscle anatomy. Like if you see my drawings are very much simplified anatomy for the most part. Like everyone's kind of got not noodle limbs, but like their arms are pretty much a uniform width for the most part, unless the character I'm drawing has really exaggerated muscles or is a strong, as one might call them. But I found that doing this fan art illustration piece was quite helpful for my understanding of anatomy, because I had to basically, I went and looked through an anatomy book to get a little bit of help as well, and then looking at screenshots from the show as well helped me show how the Titan's back muscles look and such, because they are basically just big. The way they're designed is like big humans. I think I'm actually pretty certain that they said that Aaron's Titan and the Armored Titan were both designed after MMA fighters, I think it was. I can't remember the names of the actual fighters, but I know they were designed after two of them there. So it was cool to get this kind of practice with anatomy that I hadn't really done before, because sometimes, you know, doing the fundamentals can be a bit boring, but doing something like this was a fun way of getting it out there. This is also it's not like I came up with this pose and stuff myself. This was actually a screen, kind of like a screen redraw from, if you watch the Season 2 opening near the end, they show this freeze frame of Aaron and the Armored Titan about to collide fists kind of thing, and I got inspired by that and wanted to try and make my own version of that, so that's what you're seeing here. I do think Aaron's Titan form turned out quite a bit nicer than the Armored Titan, but that's because I'd practiced with Aaron's Titan form a couple times earlier in the week just so I would get the feel of him down. And then the Armored Titan, this was my first time drawing him, so he's not perfect, but I tried my best. So I hope you guys like how they turned out. With the channel, we're gonna get some stuff going here pretty soon. I've got another video that should be out in a couple days, and I've started writing schedules for myself to set aside time to work on stuff for the channel. So hopefully, because I want to make sure I get things done, having this list of like things to do in a day will let me be more productive, help the channel grow, help me get the content that you guys want out in a more timely and consistent schedule, and just in general we'll have more fun on the channel here. And with that, we are going to end today's episode here. Remember to thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't, and subscribe if you want more. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Paincaked, and until next time, you all stay awesome.